They needed to if they were going to stand a chance.
Can you get Jonas to say ara ara? Nani kore wa?
Ara ara. Nani kore wa?
In the breach voice.
Ara ara.
That's why the star goes down. He'll just pull it right on back. Waste it, of course. They managed to clear out some of the early control, but the fact is, ACEND saved the A side because of the early wall, so it almost has to just be a little bit of a slowdown from Supermassive Blaze.
Nani kore wa?
Those early positions, you can see the turret uses a bait and
Oh
switch.
wow.
And is that right click?
Damn,
Takes
nice
Laura's head
schwank.
clean off.
I hate
Nice
turret
shot to
swingers,
open
man.
things
It's
up.
actually so
He's gonna
annoying.
go back and
Yeah, I
rearrest
know.
yet again.
Did you see they
So
nerfed the
many
turret
players
now?
pursuing
Yep.
him. He needs help and doesn't have it.
It slows for
Cleanly shut down.
25%
Now it's
instead
time
of
to look
75 or something.
towards the side. We're seeing that
Thank
is
God.
quickly connecting one to Turco, making this
Yeah.
a little bit more difficult. He's a little bit cautious of getting spammed down.
Oh.
Star zone. Not quite feeling the same caution.
Do they expect?
Oh.
They don't expect. They don't check. That could have been everything, but actually Zeke's only going to get one. It does give time though. And
So I
that's the
think
main thing
Bind
that's needed
was
at the moment for ACEND. Already going to put down
ACEND's
another
pick?
grab. Well, the peak coming back in, and it's just not going well for
Okay.
Brave. It's bone
One
cold
thing
to
that I
close
do
things
hate
out,
about
and
the
pistol
Phantom
and
though
a few
is
cheeky
when
little set
you get
plays
shot
from
by
ACEND
it and
to
you're
win the round.
shooting, it literally shoots your gun up.
Obviously, they're
Oh
starting
my
on the defense
gosh.
here, and that is their choice. You want
Yeah,
to see
that
them
what's it
clog
called
up a
again? The
couple of rounds, but building on the momentum of the previous map,
what's it
they can
called?
absolutely, if they can manage to make that happen.
Aim
You can
punch.
start to really
Thanks,
make
chat.
Supermassive
Yeah,
Blaze
thank you
feel
very
boxed
much.
in, like this was a
Worst.
mistake.
Aim
This
little
was not
puncher.
the map that they wanted to fight on, but you have to be realistic then and continuously hammer home the point that this is Supermassive Blaze's map, and a pistol loss won't really deter them, although they are most likely going to.
I found a
lose as
lineup on
well.
ACEND the other day that bounces off an invisible object.
And I love it, Zeke.
Oh.
Let's get more of that.
Yeah, because there's a big antenna outside B site that is only available in high graphics. So you make the lineup while you're on high graphics, and then you turn it back down. Yeah, and then it looks like you're bouncing it off an invisible object. So funny.
Do you just sit on a map and shoot darts around?
I mean,
Like,
I don't really want to talk about it, okay?
like
I
that's
don't want
actually
to talk about it.
insane. Like how many hours do you like spend?
They might have overplayed it a little bit. Trying to find themselves a job.
I don't know.
Crossing past this angle is going to be
Maybe
nigh
1,000?
impossible, and
I don't know.
they're trying to
I think I've probably
basically
got
just
1,000 hours in
find where
customs,
on earth
maybe.
these remaining ACEND players are actually going to be. The fact
But
is,
to
though,
be fair,
with
sometimes I
Brax
stream lineup
able
sessions
to
too.
get himself the sniper.
Oh, really?
So then it's like, I guess, more justified.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
of
the area
course.
to
Justified
close out.
time
It's
waste.
not perfect for ACEND. I think they would have wanted it a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, it's
But three
nice.
players is
And then you'll have like the.
Definitely. I mean, look,
If you think
2-0
backseating is
what
worse
it
when you
You get
play,
a
imagine
couple
when you're
of
trying to
weapons,
find a
sure,
new
probably have a
lineup.
player or two
Try
who's
two
similar to
bars.
this one.
Try bouncing it off the left side.
Looking at what they've got to work with
Try
as well,
bouncing it in
the
the floor and do a
ideal scenario here would be that
360,
Cena was a little
please.
more involved
I
in some of
beg
those
you.
fights, that he'd have
It
that
worked in my
Blade Storm
dream.
close to peeking
Oh my
over, but
God.
instead,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to take out that sheriff on kill as Spectres in play.
Wait,
for
what's
Stars
the
on
next,
Bone Cold. They know that the likelihood is they lose
next
this round.
game?
They just want to make sure they keep the money over. Problem is, as I said, Cena investing up. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to get his Blade Storm by next round.
Well, yeah, either if he gets his Blade Storm, then he's won them the round. Like, that's basically it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he would have to,
basically,
he would have
That's
to
a
get
really good
enough
question.
kills, or maybe get 4 and
Let me
die.
see.
That would be fine as
G2
well. The chances are
versus-
you're taking it over the line if
F4Q.
that's the case. So
Okay.
it's unlikely.
That's really interesting.
happening,
F4Q used
but
to
we'll
be
see
just
how
a stream
costly he can
team.
make this one and maybe give them an
And then
opportunity
they
to try and grab it
suddenly
overall.
performed really well. A lot of them are from Overwatch.
If it had him,
They used to play in
that'd be
Overwatch
nice,
League.
spotting out a second player
Oh,
mid. Instead,
actually, I had no
they
idea.
slow it down a little bit, but they don't get a
It's
whole
really
lot
cool.
in terms of reward for that drone committed. For the 400 credits that it costs, it is a pretty chunky bit of utility to be investing into. Pora.
They're really
Down
interesting
the
to
turret,
watch.
broken from further away, allowing
Actually, really good
Pora to
games on the
catch them
first
by
day.
surprise, but even while being pulled, Pora is able to take down one. Now, dealing with the turret just in time as well, with 29 HP left, that could have gotten scary.
Oh.
These fights are never going to be ideal for ACEND with the weaker weapons.
Oh, they're still pushing. He's gonna push this.
Oh my God.
That
don't know if they'll expect Russ to feel. It's a little bit
Wow.
of a whiff, but Killers actually finds another one.
That's a little
Visibility on the
stinker.
side. This now becomes a really dangerous scenario for Supermassive Blaze. They're going to use the paranoia just to hold the remaining players back. Give them an opportunity to get a plant and stick it down. But the problem is, they're re-aggressing already. The push coming through. Killers gets his third kill of the round. It's left all onto one, and CNED will close it. This was a round where they started with just one rifle, and they managed to win it.
I think we painted the picture, Tom. They shouldn't have been able to take that across the line. They had a pistol, 2 Spectres and Ares. I mean, realistically, this was a round that Ascend knew that they were going to lose, and yet still they come out on top. And really, it's this play from Kyedae, grabbing the Nano Swarm frag onto Pora, then quickly delivering a second and even going in for 3 on the site. A gorgeous round, a hero round from him, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, yeah, but it was that initial damage. Like, although the gravity world didn't do much in terms of the
Ascend are
actual
looking
kills,
strong.
No, they really are. I can already tell she's so bored.
The
No, I'm not
exchange
bored.
ability
I
there
just
closes
haven't
out
watched
as
these
well.
teams
The problem
play.
now, though, is that
I'm
Pora's
just
on
like
pistol,
really,
and
really
this
like.
man is incredibly good with this gun. CNED, he takes
It's
2 to
also
at least keep it even, but there's not some
ungodly
guns.
hours at
That's
your
the
time.
problem. The fact that you
That is true.
have a
I'm
decision to
tired.
make now,
Like,
and
guys,
they're closing the door. They're saying,
it's
hey, you
6
guys
or
go
7
take
a.m.
that
for
gun.
her.
We don't care.
Just
We're gonna
cut her
look
some
elsewhere
slack,
to
man.
find those openings, and it's Starzo who's pushed all the way up behind the middle players. That means the spike is now trapped.
No
I mean,
way.
getting out of here is impossible for Turco without taking a fight. He's already spotted up Starzo and taken him down. Okay, this now gets scary. Ascend have a man disadvantage. Zeke, as much as I love the Odin, it's not really what you want if you're retaking a side a lot of the time. Supermassive Blaze have all the control and a lot of the weaponry.
It's a weird scenario. The fact that Turco spins that and manages to find the kill. The problem being, though, is they've got to try and gamble out the space. Now, they know that there's a turret close, so if that ever turns off even for a second, they'll run towards the A side, because they know that Killers will have left. Instead, though, he now peeks in and spots...
Jonas
okay,
is
there's
such a nice
somebody
guy.
based around the A area.
Yeah,
So they're
that's
getting
why I don't
information
have a
on those
girlfriend.
turrets, and they may not necessarily expect Zeke to be this committed into B.
But they've definitely heard the drone over there on the B side, so Zeke will maintain his position. The problem is when that recon comes through, it kind of gives it away. There's someone on the
No
side, 12
comment,
seconds,
man.
They need the plant and they need it now. They're coming right into the Odin. They might not even know it's in play just yet. He's got basically a full...
I'm just too nice. No one deserves me. Haha. Smile through the pain, guys. It's gonna be okay.
4-0. A bigger blow than they would have liked to have taken, losing 3 players to what was a sheriff buy from Supermassive Blaze, but they have continued the win streak, and that's exactly what they need, that momentum coming into their opponent's map pick.
Well, this has been the problem.
Who's
now
single
for
in
Supermassive
chat?
Blaze. They've had a
Everybody.
few rounds.
I'd just
even
like to
looking
see a
back to
yes
the
or a
last map
no.
where I go,
Are you trying to
maybe
match
should've
me
won
with
that.
chat?
You gave yourself the openers. You got yourself those extra weapons.
Is there anyone here
And I
who's
think just
25 plus
of
and likes
Ascend,
lineups?
They've not over-aggressed. They've not taken too many risks. And they've just sat back and gone, okay, we're going to wait for you to make your move and make a play.
And I
It's
appreciate
never
that I
really come
randomly
out.
start
Maybe just a little
playing
bit too
on a
hesitant.
flute.
I love that we've got
Out of nowhere.
in the
Just the
replay.
slow-mos.
Well, we're looking in towards this A side.
Sometimes I play,
Supermassive Blaze
my heart
are as
will go
well. They're
on
full committing to it. A
on
late
my-
lurk by
on my
Pora
flute
coming in through
while I'm
middle.
streaming.
They claim the side and now look
When
for
it's
the
a
plan,
sad
but here
moment.
comes
Oh
Zenit,
my
who's gonna make
God,
it
what a
at least little bit
shot!
costly. There's absolutely
That-
no way that this
He
player
is
stands
so
up above.
good.
He's challenged CNED and he's received exactly what you'd expect. Another
This guy,
CNED
man.
just
Hey,
keeps
hey.
on going. 3 kills with the off.
Oh,
A tag
never mind.
into another, and this is getting scary.
Oh, he
with
missed
just
the- he
one
missed the
down
kill
below,
shoot.
trapped in. Russ needs to make something happen while Pora is making the short play, lurking out, trying to find space. But CNED picks up 4, a classic to close out the round, and a 5th
Wow.
on the board for the defenders.
Wow.
We talked about this map.
If Jonas
as
is single,
Supermassive
God help
Blaze
us all.
dominated. That we expected them to come through and slap Ascend in similar fashion to what we
Thanks
saw
for
on the
the
first map, but now
encouragement.
Ascend already have 5 rounds.
The
on the
CNED
board.
is
They're
fucking
already doing as
insane.
well as Blaze did
That's
over on Bind.
sick.
And that's one of those rounds as well where you almost have to look at it and
Girls
go,
come and
okay,
go,
yeah,
lineups
he's
stay
seen-
forever.
He is CNED. He'll do these sort of things.
Unless they change
Copium.
the map.
This
Copium.
many opportunities. They brought back Izzy. He definitely knew he was there. He still manages
Yeah,
to
keep telling
go
yourselves.
through and just do this much damage to the remaining players.
Copium, it's gonna be okay, guys.
Well, if you're gonna give CNED those jewels,
Dude, I swear to God, the
every
people
single
that
time,
are
I think
like,
that's just a complete
yeah,
overpay.
such as temporary gaming and
Almost definitely.
server,
The
that's
jump
like,
up, I didn't believe it was going to come
Yeah,
down,
I know.
but I guess
Okay.
I thought the birthday look was
Yeah,
with
sure,
it.
I'd say that too. Yeah, yeah,
Shot
yeah.
CNED again, punishing, getting the trades back. He's up for a second, and now he's
Sheesh!
in. He's
What
powered
the
though,
fuck
on
is
corner.
this
The updraft,
nasty?
not quite getting him
alive?
He's
alive!
Okay.
Basically full HP. Good tag. Oh, it's the kill as well. Zeke doing damage, covering CNED's retreat. Shock darts are coming in. The Odin is here to play.
God.
And Supermassive Blaze yet again are looking down in the dumps.
God.
Insane.
See his face.
My mic has issues. I know it. When I'm too loud, it.
CNED B, go
cuts
away.
out.
Yeah, it's like, where do you go
Oh,
to
does it?
escape this man?
Yeah.
It just seems like it's not
I
possible, and
changed
even if
something
they
on
do
it
manage
and
to take
something
him
weird
out, there's been other
happened. I have to
players for
fix it
ACEND so
later.
far in this
Oh,
map.
they think he's still in the corner. They shock darted it.
Okay,
They're
let me
going
know
back
if you
to
need
check
help
their
with
flank.
it.
And what are they going to find? They're going to find CNED. But in
this
fact,
time.
they do find him. They
Yeah.
take him down. This is a pretty good position to play from. Zeke jump spotting. I mean, he could even be taken down if the timing is right. 1 versus 1 on the site. Good damage. Turco delivers a third kill of the round, though. He's not going to have the res online. But it is a 1v1, the best chance for Supermassive Blaze so far.
Yeah, by the looks of it as well, Bone Cold is out of stars. So for utility, he's not really going to have anything. It just comes down to the straight up gunfight, which... Well,
I like when the observer...
Wow. Wow.
When it came down to the last map, this man is a beast on Sage, and he's going to get his
I like when the
round.
observer turns off the wall hack in the clutch situations, so we get to see what they actually experience, you know? See that? Because normally we can see them through the wall, but see he turns it off here. So we actually, because if not, we would kind of like see what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be the one flashing for your teammates. You're going to be opening space for them. When you're the Sage like that, you can take that quasi-duelist and try to...
I like that.
That's
actually really, really smart.
And it's that freedom.
Yeah.
And putting a player like Turco, who consistently succeeds in that manner...
Hop off, I guess. Yeah, honestly.
And this is also something that those kind of plays are so much better to do on LAN, right? Just like... You wall off one angle, you hold the other one.
Yeah.
You're on 0 ping. There's no peeker's advantage whatsoever. Oh my god, my son is in the chat.
Oh my gosh, Chris. Thank you for the 9 months.
Hey, Chris.
Okay. So it's not as...
I'll be back soon. I just went to get some milk.
Supermassive Blaze have said, look, we won a round, we got like a 4K to clutch it out, but that's not how we want to win. So let's talk strategy. Let's talk about what we can do. They're really looking to grind this one out and get the win. Ascend, on the other hand,
real
are
son.
singing, we will rock you. Little bit of a
I'm
different
old,
approach
but
there.
I don't have a son that's 20 plus. That would be a bit...
It's amazing.
Hey, Jonas, how old are you?
I'm loving
I'm
seeing
32.
this team, and I'm loving
that's
seeing
not
them
that
on a
old.
stage. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
we
it's
have
quite
them
old.
As, like, the Masters champions, at least initially. When
That's
it was
okay. You're only
just
as old as you
within
feel.
EMEA.
You know,
yeah,
I
they
like...
proved that they could do something with that roster.
I go to the
You're like
gym.
13 years older
Had a bit
than
of a
me.
roster change, a switch
Yeah,
up,
it's okay. I do my
now
skincare, I go to the gym, I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
As the best team within the region. Gambit giving them a bit of a run for their money, but Ascend have been so damn good.
Let's see what you got, Zeke. Let's see those spams coming through. Shock dart on the way, just in case someone had snuck on through.
32 is not
This
old
gonna be a slow
copium.
round for Supermassive Blaze. Now we get to see that operator battle between Izzy and
Happy
CNED.
National
Impact
Potato Month.
from CNED has been
Thanks,
unquestionable.
Radlands.
But now Izzy wants to show that he's the best Turkish opera, wants to make a name for himself.
Well, yeah, they are two players within EMEA battling for that, right? The problem is
He's
thus
only a
far,
whole teenager older than
really
Kyedae.
shown up.
I'm
He was a little bit
19.
quiet in the first map. We know that that's something of a rarity. We got a little bit of a battle coming between the two of them.
Oh!
Whoa.
Nano Swarm. I think the heal might have actually kept him alive just long enough.
Great play by Pori. Yeah, from the start to the finish there. He even manages to finish off Bone Cold, not the player he was initially attempting to challenge. This is a fantastic opening. They're going to use that Killjoy lockdown to try and get in towards the site. But they're being pushed on.
Wow.
Oh no, still winning the duels as they go, but Killa is up on behind, able to come out of there with 2. The
That
lockdown
counter
is still coming
strafing
into
was
effect, but it gives them a
insane.
mad disadvantage
Yeah.
as they come back in. Starzo even has a res to play with. Now, there's no one really readily available to pop a res on. He's already used his wall, so up in heaven, he can't get that player back online. The res is out of the round. This is where Supermassive Blaze need to turn up.
Thank you, Zida. Appreciate it.
He's actually res them.
Oh.
And then a second Pora. He's going to find himself a 4.
How do these rounds end up in a 1 versus 1?
It's been a little bit rough for him so far, but this time he will land.
Finally,
the
he
shot,
actually
the
hit his
clutch
top shot.
coming through.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was rude.
Supermassive Blaze.
No.
Again, it's an incredibly
It's okay.
close round.
I was
And
just
it's that
like,
big play by Kyedae that really puts the spanner into the works. The fact that he manages to creep down middle, somewhere that definitely should have been covered much more actively. He's able to take those head peak fights, win out 2, and almost get that lockdown destroyed as well. That could have been insanely unfortunate unfortunate for Supermassive Blaze, but they clutch it back at the last second. A good opening as well. I have to say, Pora's fight onto Zenit, not only did he avoid dying to him, he like used his turret to try and bait him out in the first place, then he swings, takes the fight, and had his nano swarm.
No, I only like shit talk people I know and that are okay with me shit talking. That's why when I talked about his team whipping all his last shots, I was like, oh shit, I don't even know who this is.
Well, yeah, and they cleared him out anyway when they went for the repeat. So
You're right, you're right. Okay, well, yeah, I think we all know, but...
We see ACEND in the bin, but that might not matter too
Are you
much.
watching with Jonas right now? No, she actually just has a video of me and I'm actually doing accounting. But she thought it would be like extra entertaining with just a video of me in the corner.
You can be rude, they are paid professionals. So, I'm a paid professional in my field of work, so it's okay to be rude to the streamer.
Nice.
It's always the gold players that shit talk. I'm gold.
Jonas is her mod. Also true. Yeah.
Conscious of that play.
I'm a mod.
Because here's the thing, chat. Like, I know I could never play as good as them. Am I still going to continue to shit talk? Yes. People call Tyson washed if he doesn't do good. And it's like, they're probably silver. So, like, let's be real here. We all do it.
I'm not sure if Zenit actually popped his blade storm.
Can confirm.
We'll see it, but it's something that we normally get in these eco round scenarios. Maybe saving it for a rainy day, or he did just pop it and I didn't notice. So yeah, he did. Okay, there you go. We didn't actually get to see it from his POV.
It's kind of like you see CNED, you're like, oh, he didn't get 4 kills that round? Probably didn't.
Yeah, he didn't use it. Well, he died. He didn't even get 1. It's like, come on, he can't use his blade storm. That wouldn't make any sense. But after what was a 5-round streak, even with a couple of closer rounds, SMB are now back. And as said, that they are a team that have beaten the likes of Gambit 13-1. They can definitely streak rounds together on this map.
Oh, most definitely. Now, here's where they're gonna try to get something
I have a
done.
shock
This
dart
is
for
the
that
one
kill
round where you
jail.
see Zeke playing very, very passive. He actually could have spammed that ult down.
They don't,
from
I guess.
Being placed up on top of the box. But obviously he's conscious that they could put it behind it, and then that's not gonna happen. So, they're gonna have a big retake play from ACEND, but they also have a lockdown to play with, Tom.
And one of their own.
Lineup Larry.
Maybe a little bit of confusion as the positions currently being taken.
There's 2 types of stream watchers. There's the lineup Larry and there's the hindsight Harry.
Looking stellar. Again, you've got Pora waiting on the lurk.
When you tell a 19-year-old he's washed, like, bro, he just got a lot of career left, he just started.
They've just given a safe spot to Turco to just sit behind them. It is not going well at all for ACEND in this round. And the afterplant looking incredible.
Man, playing inside the Ashtal sometimes can get so scary.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything, you're just like, guys? What's going on out there?
And obviously when you've got a lockdown on the other side, that's a big risk. It means you can't deal with them. But there is the counter to that of they then decided to play that super aggressive style. They wanted to get up in their face. They weren't waiting on the B side for them to come in and being like, oh, let's hope we can
Jonas
deal
would
with
have won that with his lineups. Yeah, and then I would have whiffed all my shots on all the players on the other team afterwards.
Supermassive Blaze, and since then, they've been looking pretty hot.
Since then, they haven't exactly been rocked, you could say, by what we've heard from the other side during that tactical pause. So maybe they'll get one of their own soon and take it a little bit more seriously. But for now, again, we're back to the pistols. Ultimate's in play, unlikely to have too much of an effect. Okay, Zeke actually just pops his Hunter's Fury. Straight away, looking to try and find them something into this round. Gets absolutely nothing for it. I'm very surprised by the usage, but hey, they've got an opener anyway.
Destroying that alarm bot there, gave him away. They knew exactly where Turco was.
He tweeted during the tactical pause, ACEND was just like popping.
Let's keep the range. And with the operator in hand, Izzy is easily able to dispatch these players on ACEND. Bone Cold and Zeke, Sheriff's in hand.
Oh my god, they're singing during the tag pause.
Just yet. This is going to be a tough fight in the corner. Surely they check it. Recon going to reveal. Oh, okay. Well, look, it's a Sheriff round. It's a weak buy.
Imagine if there was a crowd. True.
That's when you're definitely going to be kicking yourself about when you watch the VOD back.
Yeah, I'm still surprised though about the Hunter's Fury at the very beginning. Like it's one of those things where it's like I guess they spotted a couple of players at the top of mid, but I just don't really see the value of such an impact.
Okay, well we have a match now.
It might be because when you're that Odin player, you don't necessarily want to be switching in rounds where you actually have the Odin available, but they don't have it here, so yeah, just a little bit peculiar. We've also got the Blade Storm and the Res currently online for Supermassive Blaze, so 5-round streaks on either side. I wonder if we're finally going to get a combo breaker.
Well, let's see. The ACEND have got it in them to take this one across the line. The operator of CNET on the other side of the map, Supermassive Blaze, have managed to dodge it, but look at all that killjoy utility. There's stars everywhere. There's nano swarms, there's alarm bots, there's absolutely
Astra
everything they could hope
boobies.
for, and those stars actually give the cover to avoid being spotted. 2 players were spotted. They know.
It's actually the first time I've seen boobies since I started playing Valorant.
Looking for the kill. They're trying to open space
Other than
for Izzy
Breeze.
to get frags with the ult.
Yeah, true,
There's
true.
Fury
Let's
Wilson
not
to
forget.
kill, just to reposition, but both shots miss. Izzy then pops the ultimate, moves towards the site, but he's pushed back right into the hands of Starzo, waiting for him. The kills are going their way, though. Supermassive Blaze here to fight and here to win with 50 seconds on the clock. They still need to deal with Starzo, and he's bringing this back into the realm of possibility for ACEND. The timing so poor, and he just about gets taken down.
Turco as well is already watching this flank. It was everything for Zeke to get that kill, but they had him sandwiched in. And now the only one remaining is CNET to try and face off. Well, I was gonna say
wow, he's nasty though.
We'll put him in his place.
I love how it's like
SMB
1 versus 3, and they rest because they know who they're playing against. They're like, no, no, no.
6 in a row. Just took them a little bit of time to get off the mark, and now they're looking unbelievable.
Now you see exactly what we were talking about towards the start of this series, when we said that ACEND winning the pistol, getting that
The
third
smart
round on the
thing,
board and
chat,
so
as
on
a
was so
streamer, is that
avoidable.
if you make fun of yourself,
Correct me
then
if I'm wrong. Bone Cold got 2 kills on
the chat can't make fun of you with the
Got 2
same
kills on the
with
pistol.
the same thing, you know?
I can't remember. I think
Exactly.
he did that far.
Yeah.
CNET is
I don't think
overrated.
he's had a
Okay,
single kill
buddy.
since the pistol round.
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
Wow. Considering the form
He
that
didn't
was
win
on
a 1
towards the
versus
end of
4.
that
What a
is
loser.
disappointing
He's
statistic
washed.
here.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my dog
Supermassive
out to
Blaze
the
for just
washroom.
shutting him down so
Sure.
consistently. That tag comes in, but it could have been a little bit awkward.
Our
It was a
stream.
second earlier.
Our
Izzy,
stream.
that operator's
Our
definitely been
stream.
struggling in a couple
Our
of these
stream.
rounds now up against the
People
Pistols
riot.
again.
Our
This is a forced
stream.
buy from ACEND, obviously, because it's the last round of the half, but they still couldn't get anything much out. In fact, not a single rifle to fight for 6-6.
Welcome, everybody. You're
See if
mine
Bone Cold
now.
can change things a little bit. He's watching for the wall boost up, but never mind. His head's been taken off anyway. Again, they have a couple of players around
Oh, wait.
to try and
Chat. This is the
just lock
perfect
it
time.
down, but
Wait.
Starzo would have to go absolutely ham. He does have his res available to him to bring a teammate back, but if anything, he goes for that now. Teammate dead again.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be dead before he even
Chat.
got to the body. That's
You know
the
what we're
thing.
doing while she's gone?
And I think he's just been spotted. Yes, he has. There's the tag on the wall. You see,
Give me
they're
a sec.
saying he's close right, and Brave is going to take him down. In comes the Ares, but not good for those kind of fights. This is looking like a guaranteed 7 for Supermassive Blaze. A hero is needed, and it's not CNET this time around. It falls to Kyedae. He's been huge before, and they know he's going for the lockdown. They're going to push him down right away. Kyedae deals with him. Lockdown popped. Now he just needs to hold on to this position. There's no one coming in through heaven.
They got one too.
They've popped their own. They're going to be happy to keep him locked in position. In fact, he's going to push right afterwards. He's still looking for kills. He's taking down the first, swapping over the weapon, going to go to destroy it. And he gets it done as well. The other player's backed off. This could actually be huge. One player even got detained. Down goes the turret. He taps the defuse. It's all a ruse, trying to bait them into the open. And eventually he does. Unfortunately,
Nice try.
that's his end. Very nice try. In fact, the Spectre in a 1v4. Hey, he almost got that done.
Yeah, no, I'm really surprised he got anywhere near as close as he actually did, but hey, nice attempt. He's had a pretty good half as well. I think it is just Bone Cold. He's having a rough one. Definitely not looking as comfortable as we normally see him. Someone who frags within his role, and maybe Astra's not for him.
Well, I have to say, looking at this comeback from Supermassive Blaze, 5-0 down, and they don't lose a single round. I'm at a loss for words. Luckily, I don't need to have any more words, because we've got our boy Bala again with a big breakdown. Let's throw it over.
I'm really interested in that question that Tom's asking right now, because SMB has struck back in this second map, and it is kind of due to, I think, a little bit of a mishap on ACEND's side, but also some good play from SMB. So let's go ahead and take a look at a round that I think turned the tides in this map so far. We can go ahead over to the
Nothing happened,
demonstration
chat.
screen, because let's roll the clip, and you'll see basically you've got one. Let's zoom in right here on this lockdown. It is very, very common for your Killjoy to play the lockdown
okay,
there. And
yes.
sometimes you have the
P-Bug.
sight lines with the Sova to actually be able to hunt his Furiate or shock dart it or a bunch of different things. Very common, but you have instantly the dash from Izzy. They got on a sight.
Okay,
Now,
nice,
this is where
nice.
things
P-Bug.
go wrong, I think. If you look at
True.
the B site and you look at how they're playing this retake, you actually
Alright,
have...
P-Bug,
look at
I
this
get
player
it.
up here.
Okay, I see.
You have the Sage up on top of the wall, and he has a really fantastic angle because nobody on the side of Market can see him. If you look at the light of science, you can't see him over that wall. They break it on top. He gets a couple of frags through that, but this wall that just came out,
Okay,
they're gonna
P-Bug.
pop through and fight as the Sage gets contact, and they're gonna just completely wipe the round off with that. All
P-Bug.
players
Hey,
down,
did we
one
get a
player
hype
left
train?
stuck behind the Astral wall.
Nice.
That's the last place that they have to
Yo,
check.
guys,
At that
we can
point,
get the
it
hype
is
train, keep going.
completely over. So if SMB
Can we get the
continue
hype train
do
to level
something
5
like that,
before
that's
she
kinda
comes
what
back?
Ascend ended up,
She's
they
coming.
ended up kind of
Hurry.
losing their footing in that
Come on.
map and in that
Push
first
the hype
map
train up.
because from then, they continued to lose
Chat,
rounds
quickly.
over and over
Go on.
and over. And
If
you
you
saw
have
the last round
primes,
too. Killjoy
use your
versus
prime
Killjoy.
subs now.
Similar things
Quickly.
that you're not really
Scam train.
expecting to happen.
Come on.
happen frequently.
Keep
There
priming.
was a couple of things where CNED was
She's
starting to
here.
get a couple frags.
Keep
with his arm,
priming.
starting to get a little hot, but after that, it really
Our
started to go
stream.
downhill for
Prime
Ascend.
subs.
We'll have to see if they
Prime
can
subs.
actually ring it
Prime
back
subs.
themselves. With the attack
Prime
side they have
subs.
on Bind, I
Our
think they can do
stream.
just that,
Prime
Mitch and Tom.
subs. Prime subs. Prime subs. Prime subs.
Oh my god, what the heck are you doing? You guys are
It might be.
What?
What do you mean? I didn't do anything. What do you
Thank
mean?
you guys for all this
That is
stuff.
true. You know, Minnie and Boaster told me
Thank
that
you,
one.
S6 for the
7-5.
5
And to have
gifted.
number 2, the
Thank you,
defense
Wasted, for the
of
5
Supermassive
gifted.
Blaze
Thank
about
you
to be
guys.
put to the
Wait.
test, but based
Oh my
on
Where did
god.
this level 5 hype train come
Yeah,
from?
what?
Guys, wow, out of nowhere, no
They
shot.
couldn't really get anything going towards the end. It was
Insane.
a phenomenal
We got
comeback
scammed, we
from
got scammed, we got
Supermassive Blaze
scammed.
after what was the early
You
round.
got
Wait, you're
scammed.
playing
Easy
the
started to
flute?
step up, but
No, what are you
all in
talking
all,
about?
What?
I didn't know. I didn't know
Clutches
such
coming
thing.
out
What do you
from
Oh my
mean?
god.
close out
Wait
some
a
of the
second.
rounds, and now we need to see the same sort of
Don't.
brilliance from Ascend, but they did
No.
do incredibly
Don't
well.
you
They
go
lost
into the
the round,
VOD.
but
There's
maybe
nothing
this
there.
one Cobb will get
We were
another one.
talking about Sova strategies.
Maybe double up on the kills. Let's see what they can do. Supermassive Blaze getting aggressive, but CNED's here to play. The dash didn't
Yep,
go
we
again.
didn't do
The
anything.
kills certainly did. They don't expect
Whoa.
it. Oh!
Whoa,
Russ is
okay.
able to take down
That's
two.
insane.
That
Damn.
makes it doable. Bone Cold on 20 HP, but a big clutch from Turco. This guy has been insane so far, Tom. This might be too much to ask, though.
Yeah, especially with
that's
the thing is, this is a position that Turco also used in the last half. So
He's
if
doing
he gets
some
fooled
flute?
by his own tactic, I might be a little
Ah.
bit disappointed. The fact is that I don't
Oh.
know.
I
if it's actually
don't know
Starzo
what you're
that is
talking
gonna
about.
be because there are players holding the crossbone. Cole going to be watching.
I did not
Spot
have
out
a
his
flute
position,
right
no,
here
he's not
next to
coming in
me,
from behind.
in
And
case
now
I
it just
needed it.
leaves this
That's not
disgusting
something I
crossfire.
would
He's gonna
do.
pull in a star and a turret to try and leave him out. Although he does check, he was aware.
Yeah, chat,
But it doesn't
stop
make a difference.
snitching. I mean,
There were three
yeah,
players,
I totally
Field and
didn't.
an Astra
Yeah,
Star right
uh-huh.
below him, so he didn't really have a
Nice
choice
round.
on that
Good job,
one.
Ascend.
Also, great use of the Astra Stars to just run down the clock when it came to putting it on top of the wall that you're seeing right there on the right side. When you put it up there, it's a one-way. He's not going to run through that and get shot from sight, so instead he has to wait a couple of
Easy,
seconds
level
before
5
it
high
fades
chain.
away. It's 7-6.
Easy.
Aw,
Another
thank
pistol
you,
round for Ascend. We all
the first
say,
bottom
Tom,
fragger for
if you win
the
both pistols,
tier 3
your
gifted
chances of
sub.
winning the map
Oh my
go up
goodness.
pretty significantly.
Oh, that's one of my viewers. Hey, bottom fragger.
Yeah, he's in my chat too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, he's mine.
No, he's mine.
It's actually crazy that Russ, I think he actually headshot someone through someone else and almost gets himself an extra kill in that round. So
How
he did
can
his
you
best,
watch
but
more than one
realistically,
streamer?
this round,
How
they're just
dare you?
not expecting much.
No, not really. They know that there's a player towards the back of the site. Russ is going to be dealt with immediately. That drone and spotted him out. The dash is ambitious.
Do the Naruto
That pass
flute?
from Izzy.
You mean the
And
Nafluto?
this is going as expected. We're looking good for a
Oh my
gaming
god.
flawless. And let's
Boomer
see if that
jokes,
comes
guys,
through.
boomer
Indeed,
jokes.
It does. Kyedae farming up a bunch of orbs along with Starzo. They're now looking pretty hot, coming into 7-7.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't jinx that. Like, you calling a flawless
Calling it
before it even happened.
Why
So
not?
that is, it's a bold
Gotta
play,
roll the dice.
to say the least. But
And thank you, MD, for the tier 3 gifted sub to CNED.
It's one of those things where I
Nice.
feel like
He deserves
like
it.
the jack of all
Honestly.
trades for the team.
Oh, and thank you all for the
They have a
gifted
lot of
subs, and thank you,
different
Type
roles.
Bomb, for the
Even in
gifted as well.
previous iteration of the roster, you'd see him on Reyna sometimes, on Icebox, getting a little bit more aggressive, but he's done very well in a lot of rounds to almost just either make it incredibly costly, or in this case, get himself ever closer to that ultimate, which, as we saw in the last half for Pora, was incredibly impactful.
The one big disappointment for me from Supermassive Blaze has been Russ. He swapped skins. He's no longer using the Elder
That's it.
Flame like the rest of the team. So, you know, really.
Oh yeah,
the
one of
synergy
them
suffers
switched to
there.
Reaver Vandal.
But jokes aside,
Oh,
we're
damn
looking
it.
at a
Oh no, how dare
See?
you?
Oh!
To be fair, the
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Phantom is so good against spamming smokes.
Yep. It is.
So on defense,
No tracers.
I think on defense the Phantom is so good. But I do understand the like Vandal and attack sometimes to like get the picks because it's a guaranteed kill regardless of range.
Right now, I mean, we know his Brimstone is world class. You saw his lurk gameplay when it came to the previous map. He was able to do so much, but right now, man, I mean, the Astra on this map kind of surprised me because he was always playing the Omen, right? You were always looking for those. I mean, just the paranoia alone has so much impact, but it also is very similar to what he'd be doing with a Brim. And now, well, the change-up, it's definitely had impact. You definitely see the Astra stars coming in.
Jonas talking BS again, who would have thought? It's just what I do, you know.
Yeah, I feel like as well, a lot of the sort of
Shouldn't listen to anything I say.
within the world at the moment are ones that are able to play incredibly
That's the reason I'm not a pro
around
player.
their own utility and find a lot of impact and frags from it. So the fact that Joy is
wow.
meant to be more of that
What?
support,
Boing.
I don't even feel like it flies when you're playing Astra so much.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Now look at this. Opening kill has come through with Pora falling. Pora, another player who's been so pivotal. I wasn't sure if there was a little gap there. Now, gonna be looking for some picks, operator in hand, but Brave is falling down on shore. With him out, the side is completely theirs. ACEND will be able to get a nice and easy plant and hold on to a 5 versus 3. And yeah, I'm with you, Tom. This looks like a textbook save from Supermassive Plays looking at this scenario. They are starting to hit that W key a little bit.
Yeah, they legitimately have nothing to get them back into the round. Drone already utilized. Sure, they could try.
I don't think you
scan
T-pay
a
for
player or two,
the
maybe find
6
through the
gifted
wall,
subs.
but other than that, you're just going to be throwing weaponry into the wind. And on the other side of things, like, yeah, sure, a fair bit of the utility's already been deployed as well, but I don't think you're going to break this after plant. And for Supermassive Blaze, you just want to keep the economy strong. Make sure you can come back into the
I just
next
realized I
round.
have
Maybe
tons
get
of
on operator for
pasta
Izzy.
carbonara
Someone
leftovers.
on this map in particular is incredibly good at taking that control away from
Ooh.
opponents on the defense. So I want to see that come into play at some point.
I like that. Yeah,
I need to order food.
It's so nice. The liquid facilities across the street, and they make food for us 3 times a day. And then they leave the rest of the food, like leftovers, in the fridge,
Yeah,
and like take out boxes. So I just go there a few times a week, and I can just stack up on takeaway. It's so nice.
Returned it a little bit. Keep the energy up. A nice round for ACEND to get them back on
I
the
get
horse.
fat.
That's the cool
That's
thing
so
about
bad.
these teams is that there's a lot of mutual respect between them. Like, especially
You saw it in the
Life
press
as a
conference
streamer.
yesterday. I mean, like, Riv was saying earlier that they just, every time someone was asked, like,
Where's
yo,
that
you
recon?
guys, you got a rivalry
Oh.
like G2 Sentinels. What does it feel like? And they're like, I don't know, man. I think it's just social media. We got a lot of love for each other.
Okay, there you go. Burncold's back on the board. He's found himself a kill straight through the wall. Now, do they expect the re-aggression of Russ? In fact, they're almost going to try and completely ignore it, and Burncold finds another one. It's all fallen apart. This B-main aggression, something they attempted in the pistol, and it failed then as well, Mitch. They now have Brave to try and hold on to this site, and well, with the utility that's currently available, he can't even afford to like shoulder peek this because he'll get sucked in.
Yeah,
Phantom supremacy.
I mean, a 1v5 versus ACEND.
Oh my god, that's such an
not
NA
something
thing
you're
to
likely
say.
see come through, and so it looks like we're seeing yet another save.
But it's true, it is the better gun. On paper, 100% agree.
Take a few exits.
It is the better gun.
For the most part, it's going to be a fairly drawn-out
So then
round.
why
I
is it
also
so
think-
popular in EU then?
So we can't even catch an
I guess
angle.
it's because you can
So
cater
like
to a
the exits
situation
is
where
the
you play
right
for your
call.
gun's
The problem
advantage,
is
right?
getting into
Yeah.
position
Because
for
the
an
Phantom
exit,
isn't
if he's
better
actually
on,
trying
like,
to
let's say the
get
Phantom
behind
is better on
ACEND
8 out of 10
and
situations.
snaring
Okay, but what
an
if I play in a
operator,
way
even
where
a
I'm
spawn flanker
most
with
likely will
stars?
get in the
There's literally
last
nowhere
2 out
that
of
he
10
can fight from.
situations?
Yeah, and his teammate already died from that operator facing into mid, so like if he was to push that, he'd have to be a little bit of a maniac.
I think
and
that's
don't
at
think-
least one
out
way
of
of
all the
looking at
players
it.
on this team, I almost feel like Brave is like the calm within the storm, which is quite interesting considering he is the youngest as well.
Yeah.
Like the player who literally turned 18 today, I believe. I think that was said on the desk earlier. So happy birthday, Brave. I hope that your gift is you get to keep your gun this round.
Well, let's see if it is. Let's see if ACEND are feeling generous. Maybe that's what was happening on the previous map. They were throwing through a Vandal saying like, hey, you know
EU
what? Give
doesn't
it to
spam that
Brave.
much in
It's his
smokes.
birthday.
Oh.
Little present.
I've seen so many like
Spike's gonna
smoke spam kills though.
I don't think there's a region that spams smokes less than others. That seems very like. I don't know.
They've walked into every single member of
I
ACEND.
I don't know. I think just Phantom is better for defense in general, because you can choose where you want to take your fight. The attacker doesn't have the option to choose where he wants to take the fight. He needs to push a site, and then wherever the defender chooses to be, that's where the fight's gonna be, right? So that means that the Phantom player can choose to fight within the range where the Phantom is definitely the best gun. And the Vandal player doesn't really have a choice. But I mean, they have to be fairly balanced, or else they would never be both used in a pro play, you know? Like, I don't think it's that big of a difference as people say. A headshot is a headshot, so within a certain range, they die regardless.
Yeah. Honestly.
Now, we mentioned it before. He is incredibly good with his pistol. He's found an angle, but Zeke is more than aware. We've seen
What?
from the shadows actually used to TP into the back of the site, but it doesn't
I'm blinking for 1 second and I'm missing all of these cool plays. What is happening?
The first was nice, the second unreasonable. The lockdown comes into effect.
That was a Phantom. That was a Vandal kill.
That's a nice Vandal kill.
Yeah.
Normally would be considering a save. That's been heard. Starzone knows full well that there are players barreling around middle. That was not an easy fight to take. Not expecting him to be running past like that. For Turco, I think saving is definitely on the cards. Although I notice he's the closest player.
How is @averageJonas here?
I would have banned him. We'd have to hit the button.
Good question.
Right away. That was
How
a
am I here?
disgusting attempt. They'll get him in the end.
The power of the internet.
Ascend. Going up to double digits in the ones, Tom, as they now look to bring it across the line. This is Supermassive Blaze's mapping.
Do you think comfort is also a thing you have to keep in mind?
Again,
Yeah, for sure. I think that people have like their mental game in Valorant is huge. That's such a sick shot.
Fucking insane.
Once every few weeks.
That's
And
insane.
all the way through the day.
Yeah,
I always feel like
holy.
Supermassive Blaze have got to feel a little bit hard done by the
Holy.
fact that they have now had
Doing.
back-to-back maps where both
Yeah,
Zeke and
I think the
Cena
mental
are
game
in
is such a
top
big thing. Like,
four.
if you feel like you're, you know, because I know even Tyson says that sometimes he's like, I'm feeling the Vandal right now. Then he's gonna pick the Vandal regardless of if the Phantom is better in a situation, you know?
It's just
Yeah.
his aim that has been ridiculous.
This idiot.
Oh,
Oh,
another timeout called, and it's no surprise
he's like,
that it's
I don't
Supermassive
know.
Blaze calling for that
can't.
timeout, considering how things have been going so far.
no,
They
it's
definitely
idiotic
need to
because
take
he
a breather.
always
Yes,
praises
they
how good the
bounced back
Phantom
into
is,
the
but then
previous
is
map.
always choosing Vandal,
Oh.
and then complains
Yeah.
when he doesn't do
I
good
don't
on the
think that
Vandal.
was a pause.
What
Yep.
I mean.
They've gone straight into the round.
But
But
then
I-
there's,
We'll just see
but then there's Peter
happens
out
in this
here with the
one.
Vandal
Already looking a
doing
little bit
this like the whole time, and you're just like, what is happening? I don't understand how he's controlling any of his shots, but he's insane. It's crazy.
My favorite one is when someone says something like, oh yeah, Peter is controlling every single bullet. I'm like, shut up, dude. Imagine
really
having
the
that
way it is.
reaction time per shot. He like reacts to the recoil.
A hefty bank.
Oh my god, that emo Peter, that's so cute.
Really need to win this in a relatively clean fashion, and they have so far.
Oh wait,
Asuna
Okay,
bet.
that's a trade. That's good. Got that kill so
That-
quickly onto Zeke. My God.
from
Another CNET
the
clutch
off
needed,
to
and
the
although he's reliable
Vandal
when it
switch
comes
was
to the
so
EMEA
insane.
region for making those clutch plays, he's up
Should
against
get a pet
Supermassive
Kyedae
Blaze here.
emo?
These are his countrymen. They know what he's up
I
to.
don't know.
Yeah,
How
they
about
tried
that
to make
one?
a few steps here and there to try and pull a couple of
It's easier to
rotations,
whiff
but
on
this was
Phantom than
nothing
Vandal? I don't think
I think it's the
fought for
opposite.
by their opponents.
so. Yeah, I think it's
Again,
easier
I
to
feel
like
Brave has got away with that peak
damage
a few
people and
times,
not
just
kill them
going
with the
into the
Phantom,
early
obviously with
smoke.
the
I feel
140
that's
dink.
something that needs to be spammed
But
from Ascend
whiffing
if
with the
they're
Vandal
really
can
playing
get a
defensively. So
lot
the fact is,
worse.
though, it has been the
You start
B
spraying
side
with the
that's
Vandal,
a
you're crouched,
little
you're
bit
just
more
committed, and you're just like,
vulnerable to Supermassive
well,
plays. Like, A has looked
I'm
pretty
just
decent,
praying.
Brave has done
I'm
a
literally
job. I
praying
think
at this point.
The only time they actually won it was either it was a full retake or Brave was just somewhere off of the side. So if they've had him in lockdown It's worked. And now we
Kyedae,
actually
do you
get
miss
attack.
Tyson?
CNET's aced. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. It is
I
a
do.
timeout.
I can
from
tell
I
this is
FaceTimed him the
we
other day and I
actually have a
cried,
special screen that
but
shows the map.
that-
And last time I was kind of looking at it going,
a few tears shed and that was enough. I just
whereas this time no one is moving. So
chilling.
if bamboozled again, then someone has completely tricked me.
He's gonna come back with the trophy. You'll cry some more. You'll have a great hug, and then it's all gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Same comeback that they had in the previous half. They allowed 5 rounds to their opponents in a row that time.
Yeah.
And then swung back into it. This is their
Yeah, my
defense.
voice is
We
messed up
expect so
because
much
I
more
was
from them.
screaming
The
a lot
tactics
during
they so
like
love to
these past
deploy.
3
The
days
B-main
with
push, the A-main
like
push.
we were doing a ton of
Moving up
challenges
and
and
using the
stuff,
pack
so
mentality
my voice
that's
is a little
being countered
shot.
every step of the way by ACEND. So they need to go back to the drawing board, and this is where their coach
Did you watch
gets to input
Shazam's
quite a
last
bit.
stream? Tyson was drunk and it's so
He's been
funny.
given the chance
Yeah,
to Zeke
he was drunk.
get Mitch very excited.
Oh god.
Oh
no, no, no.
Actually, for now, was spacing it to mid. I imagine he was just lining up a little bit of utility, trying to force some
Man, the
players out of
production
position
quality
with
has
the
become
drones.
so
I can't
good
even see the wall actually this time
for this.
being put down. I like this a little bit better. I said the aggression.
Like, remember in
on the side
Iceland, the
of map
first days, there
has
was
been
so
a failure
much,
so far for Supermassive Blaze.
Get the big
like
guns
technical
out. Let's
breaks.
go, Zeke. Here's the recon. That's
Yes,
gonna reveal the
tech
player down in the
pauses
alley.
and technical
I
like
think I sang like 15 songs the first day, because I sang in every tech boss.
And avoid getting tagged on up. That could have been a
But it's like a nice way of
disaster
getting time
otherwise.
to go
And
by
this is
when it's...
definitely going
Yeah.
to be a split into the B side, at least for now. The spike is being left all the way towards their spawn. They are allowing Kyedae to hold on to control there with his turret and then rotate late. But it looks like, yeah, they are going to.
And it's funny because Tyson. So when Tyson was drunk yesterday, he texted
They
me.
sort of have with the time.
Same utility.
And then he texts, I got such a
is
cute
Supermassive
gal.
Blaze
Like,
have
what the
still got
fuck?
3 players
I've
from
never
the
heard him
side.
talk like that
Gal.
ever.
At least
I was
give them a
like,
chance to
oh.
section out some of these players, but they need to try and catch some of the remainder.
I've got a
Okay.
cute gal.
And then he
Roadhouse
does some other
blocked, and now it's time
weird
to
shit.
rush into the
I
site,
don't
taking the
care
fights
for
as they
Suddenly
go.
he went,
Down
like,
goes
extremely
the ODZ,
southern.
dealt with Izzy,
I've got a
pops
cute
out
gal.
the Bladestorm for some close range fights. We call that one a Sean Gares. He's whiffed it completely as we go into the 3v3 with very little time. ACEND can't really get that spike planted. How are they going to be able to close in the distance? They need the kills so quickly. Bone Cold, good for it, but time is gone. The round already supermassive blazes. You would have imagined
That looks so unwinnable. But
9 HP.
I've seen 4 seconds left. I'm like, oh, it's done, it's dusted. But they just about managed
They
to
got
pull
the
it off.
kills.
11-9.
Wow.
I mean, that's one of those rounds where Supermassive Blaze have got to be kicking themselves, man. They did everything right. They delayed
9
it, and it's the
HP.
player who was doing nothing the whole way along. Bone Cold must have went 12 rounds in a row without a kill, and he turns up right when he needs to.
Well, yeah, and also Killers started that on the other side of the map and then ended up getting the final frag for them as well. I love that. You were completely...
I was sold 100%. I'm like, there must be someone somewhere, guys, right? No?
No. They were all within that B site at the end, and they all got taken out.
And the
Huge
time was
for
gone
ACEND.
as well. Like, literally, if that player stayed boathouse, they won off time. That's one of those things, man. Try to play with your teammates, and it's the wrong decision. That's why I always bait. It doesn't
I'm not
work
going to
out.
disagree with that. Not going to disagree with what you just said. But an early couple of trades. A 4 versus 4. Weaponry is in the bin for Supermassive Blaze. They've got themselves a marshal.
They needed to win that round so bad, man.
yeah, they're kind of.
It's mentally too. When you lose a round that...
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they do. That's going to buy them a lot of time. Delaying it down, that mid-peak.
Ooh.
Great shot by Izzy, a Marshall in hand. Only one shot if he hits the heady, and that he most certainly does. Starzo has spotted a player dropping down, the Marshall poking and prodding at him. Hopefully the slow will be enough to keep him back. As Starzo closes the distance, Pora thinks he's gone undetected.
He has?
Did he? Okay.
Oh,
no.
Eventually
Wow.
be taken down. That could have been incredibly awkward. Backside, look how low Russ is. With a res coming in, they do not want to lose Russ down below.
Oh!
That bullet! It went right by his face. They know he's there. They've taken him out, and now the res, luckily, has put them into a 2v3. But a tough one, as again, time could have been the enemy. But the
Oh
spike will
my
be planted.
god. The fact that he didn't die from those first wallbangs though.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're just going for it. They're going to try and run
Oh
through, and
my
Starzo
God.
is there. He
There
saved
you
them
go.
in this round. The plays into mid, catching out Pora. And it's going to be 12-9, and this is where things really are troublesome for Supermassive Blaze. They invested a decent amount into the last round, but I do wonder if that's going to be a position where they now have nothing to play with, then it is. Financially, it sucks again.
And I heard Sean talk about on the desk how there's two forms of Ascend. On the one hand, you can see them have that CNED go kill. He goes out, he finds space, and then they play off of it.
Did Sentinels play with it? No. I think they're playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Consistent gameplay, and that is what we're seeing here.
Yeah, we're watching all the games.
Will tell you, with the exception
Next
of
game is
Cole,
G2
from
Europe
17 and 19
versus
kills.
F4Q from Korea.
Situation of, oh, let's deal with this guy, and then we're good for the round. No, everyone is showing up. We've seen
flute time. We don't have time,
to grab them 3 kills on the site and win it when even I thought the round was done. This has been an incredible performance from Ascend on a map that Supermassive Blaze are known for being dominant on. Let's take that away and even say Turkey are known for being dominant on. And now the 5-man Turkish squad need 3 rounds in a row to even get an overtime.
Yeah, I think we're in a spot now as well where we can look at how they've been playing this attack side and almost just
the Berlin studio looks insane. But to be fair, guys, so the thing is that when they had the Iceland event, they had to move everything, right? While Riot's main Europe office is in Berlin. So I'm sure it's a lot easier for them to have like high production quality in Berlin because it's next to where they are. While everything, like a lot of it is remote when they do it in Iceland, you know.
The guy in main, but now they've spotted him. The dash used up by CNET, burned up in the early stages. They've got the kill, and they're going to continue hunting him down.
Stop talking about the flute, chat.
For a moment they were.
Okay, she left.
Advantage.
Okay.
They called a tactical timeout just before this Ascend, letting Supermassive Blaze sit in it, and now they'll run the clock down and do much of the same.
Is he actually on a
I'm hurrying. Wait, I need to put on the reverb.
I ever would think of with that man, at least like the Marshal in the previous round, able to do quite a bit. We'll see if he can have the same success again. Though it's looking fairly all in from Ascend. All waiting outside.
It's the right call.
3 players on this site. If they can trade effectively, sure, it's going to go great. But they need to shut this man down early, and that's exactly what they do.
Oh my god.
Kill on to Izzy now, tucked in the corner. It's even expected. They were pre-firing and spraying away. Pora, the last man alive, and they'll bring Zeke right back into the round. Bought back by the Reds.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This is an almost unwinnable clutch. In fact, Pora's got the worst weapon of
Thank
them
you.
all. We saw
Time. Oh, goddamn! Wait.
Spectres, but this weapon has the
There you go.
Sure. He can do a lot with it, but in a
Chat was spamming flute, and I was trying to get time to do it, but you were so fast to come back, man.
Yeah, the turret is going to be problem number 1.
Oh my god.
13-9.
There we go.
2-0. Ascend have walked away with the win on
Damn.
Supermassive Blaze's map pick. They have won the first match.